morning, afternoon, evening, whatever it may be. Yeah, pickups time. I've got 9 games to show you all together. 3 for the 360, 5 for the PlayStation 3, and then a solitary 1 for the PlayStation 1, but I'm really pleased to have got that. Let's do the 360 first, because what I did with these is I slipped into habits of old, and I bought quantity over quality, without question. Now these were only, I think it was either 10 or 11, what's a dollar between friends? But 10 or $11 on eBay, buy it now. And I took the plunge. In hindsight, waste of money, but I'm just thankful it was only 10 or $11. So the first one up is Stuntman Ignition. Absolute rubbish. Brilliant start. Next one up is Indiana Jones The Original Adventure, the Lego version. And it's one of these where it's got the double pack of Kung Fu Panda. Kung Fu fucking Panda. Not interested at all. Don't know why I bought it. This one I'm kind of interested in. I was really surprised to see that it's 5 years old, actually. In hindsight, it doesn't surprise me, but initially when I kind of looked at the back, see 2006, and you're like, Jesus. But it's Splinter Cell Double Agent. And I'm a bit of a fan of these kind of Tom Clancy Splinter Cell things anyway, when I put the time and effort in, because it is that kind of game for me. It's not the sort of title that you go, I'm just going to put it on for a quick blast. You really got to, give it a good hour or something and really get into it, and use stealth and all that kind of stuff. Cup of tea time. Excuse me. I will be coughing 100 times through this. I apologise in advance, but you know what it's like when you've got a bit of a cold. It's just, what an absolute drag. Now, PlayStation 3 games, 5 altogether. Should have been 6, but yeah, I'll give you a little bit of a story if you've got 3 hours. I won't say what the title was, what the game was, because it'll probably arrive next week, or if it does arrive. If not, I'll get it again in the future. Not a big deal. But there's a particular game going on eBay. It had just been listed. It was on a buy it now with a best offer. Again, excuse me. And it was a game I've had before, but I got rid of it because I wasn't really playing it. But it is a decent game. But I bought it, I sold it for pretty much what I bought it for, because I knew it would devalue, as I guess pretty much all games do. So this game was on eBay, buy it now, with a best offer, just been listed. I made a best offer of, I think, around about $18, and I think the buy it now was like $26. And much to my surprise, he or she accepted it. And so I paid for it straight away. There was a picture of it, so it wasn't one of these listings that doesn't have a picture. It was clear what you were getting, so I was happy with that. Paid for it. About 2 or 3 days later, they sent me an email saying, I've sent it. I said, well, I didn't say anything. Well, to myself, I kind of said thank you. I didn't say it, didn't reply to it. Then about 2 days after that, so this is around about, getting on for like a week since I bought it, they sent me an email, again, he or she, and they were like, would you mind contributing a few extra dollars to the shipping, because it was $12 to send it to California. I don't know why that is, lol. That was their little thing there. And I replied back and I went, no, I don't know why that is either, lol. Even though I wasn't really laughing, I thought it was just ridiculous. Just the cheek of asking me to contribute more shipping. And not just that, but $12. I don't think so, somehow. It usually costs around about $2 or $3 to send a game via USPS. But this particular person, I replied back and I said, $12, are you certain about that? And I knew they were kind of lying. So what I did was I gave them an opportunity to lie themselves in a way. I was trying to help them out, to stop them looking stupid. So what I said in the email to them, I said, if somebody posted it for you and has told you it's $12, you might want to check with them. I was giving them a bit of a chance there. And they stupidly, again naively, replied back and said, no, it was $12 because I took it myself. So they didn't fall for the bait there, which they should have done, because I was trying to help them out. Because now he's being rumbled. What he could have done was took the bait, which I was offering intentionally, and he could have went, yeah, actually it was a friend. I'll check with him. I've checked with him, and you're right, he's lying. It wasn't $12, what an idiot. But he didn't fall for that. He said he sent it, and it was $12, so fair enough. $12 to California, don't think so. But he said that he sent it via UPS, not USPS. USPS being the US Postal Service, UPS being the courier, the black van with the yellow, gold, whatever kind of colouring on it. No, yellow, not gold. Let's not give them the satisfaction of gold. Yeah, so I'm getting lost here with talking nonsense as usual. But anyway, basically, so this guy reckons he sent me one game, $12 shipping via UPS courier. Should have arrived Friday, it didn't. And it didn't arrive yesterday, which was Saturday. So I'm a little bit suspicious that it's not going to arrive at all. So I'll have to email him and probably get my money back. But again, eBay, what can you say? So that's that. The other 5 games that I have picked up, first of all, these 2, it's kind of like a double pack really, but they're 2 individual games. Now I do have one of these on the 360. In fact, there's another game that I've also got on the 360. And I know people will think it's a waste of money, waste of money. But I'll try and explain my thinking behind it. So anyway, so we've got Red Dead Redemption, and then we've got the Undead Nightmare DLC essentially on a disc. This one's still sealed, as you can probably still work out with that white sticker on there. Now, yeah, I do have this on the 360. I've never really played it, I've got to be honest. I mean, I can appreciate it's a great game and all the rest of it, but any time I've ever gone on to play Red Dead Redemption, I've just done that like free roam thing, and then an hour later, I've been like, all I've done here is just run around or walk around or on a horse. I've done nothing. I've never really played the game, but I'm sure it's a good one. But the reason why I got this and this, first of all, 2 reasons. Oh, help if I put it the right way around. They were really cheap, considering, less than $20 each. And a friend in particular, or a couple of friends that I used to go to school with, play it. Maybe not as much as they did, but they still pitch up now and again on this. Excuse me. And I just thought it would be a laugh to play with some, proper friends rather than some randoms on like a free roam. So that's why I've got that. Now, next one up is another game that I do have on the 360, and I prefer it on the 360. But again, I've picked it up, A, because it was quite cheap considering what it usually goes for, and B, I've got some friends that I used to go to school with who play the PS3 version. It's not everyone's cup of tea, it's not even my cup of tea, actually, speaking of. That was good timing. So, it's Call of Duty Black Ops on the PlayStation 3. Now, like I say, I've got this on the 360. I much prefer it on the 360 because I'm just used, personally, to the controller on the 360. I haven't taken this online, and I don't really have any desire to, but what we're going to do with some friends is just kind of mess around on the combat school, or combat training, whatever it's called. That's kind of fun. Again, apologies for coughing. I've got a bit of a cold and coughing like a beast today. It's crazy. But anyway, who cares? You don't care. So, Call of Duty. So I'm glad I've got that one. But yeah, I briefly went on it yesterday on the combat training, and I am awful with the PlayStation 3 controller, which is in stark contrast to the 360, because I'm a beast on that. I'm a beast. But not on the PS3, I'm awful. Next one up, I got this again because it was going cheap, but that's not the only reason I wanted to get it. It's not as if it was, oh, it's only $18, let's buy it. It was $18, let's buy it, because I want it. And it's Rock Band 3, again on the PS3. Really pleased to have got it. I think I've said this about all of them now. Obviously pleased to have got them because I bought them. And yeah, I am a big fan of the Rock Band thing, but what I tend not to do these days is use a guitar. I'm not really interested. Drums, not interested at all. The keyboard, I guess, is kind of a novelty. I might give that a try at some stage. But really, I just get the Rock Band things to sing for a laugh. I think I might do that at Christmas. I'm thinking of doing something like that. It'll be rubbish, don't get me wrong, I'm not a singer, but it'll be a laugh, and that's what YouTube's all about, just a laugh. So I might put some songs up of me singing. That's a surefire way of losing subs, but who cares? So that's that. I was going to say something there. Oh yeah, the reason, usually I would buy this on the 360, but it was a bit cheaper on the PS3. And not just that, kind of connected, but my 360, for the past 3 weeks, a 360 Elite, which I bought brand new, the brick has started to go a little bit wrong. Sometimes I'll put it on and it will be red, which is not a good sign. Sometimes I'll put it on and it will be amber, and then switch back and forth between green and amber. In other words, turn itself on and off. And that's not a good sign at all. So I'm probably going to need to buy a new brick for that. So that's another reason, I guess, why a lot of these multi-platform games lately I've been picking up on the PS3, because I haven't had any problems with that. Although there has been the PlayStation Network problem, but you can't win at the moment. Anyway, so the next PlayStation 3 game I've got. Now, again, I got this. This has only been out around about 3 weeks, And I was originally gonna, well, no, I was interested in buying it for kind of $50, but I was never really gonna be buying it. I think it's still $50 or $55 on Amazon. Forget it, not interested at all. The average price on eBay, buy it nows, or even auction prices, you're still looking at around about $45, including shipping. So when this one came up the other day, talk about big build-up. When this one came on the other day, it had just been listed, it had been online for about 7 minutes, that's pretty precise, and I saw it and I couldn't turn it down because it was $30 including shipping, and like I say, that's at least, or was, going back last week, $15 cheaper than what I would have bought it for, and it is Brink. What can I say about Brink? I've played it for around about an hour, not read the instructions, don't really know what I'm doing, but I've just kind of just dived in there, jumped in there and just shooting things and stuff. It's not worth $50 or $60, put it that way. It's probably not even worth $30, but I'm glad I paid $30 rather than $60. I don't know what to make of it. There's a lot of good ideas in it. They've been implemented relatively well, but it's a really weird game because your kill to death ratio doesn't really matter. It's not like, say, Call of Duty, where obviously, you know, you do have objectives, but really it's kind of a personal thing as well. You want to get a good kill to death ratio. With this, it doesn't matter because it doesn't even tell you. It doesn't tell you what it is. No one else knows. So, which is good in a way. It kind of takes a lot of the pressure off. Because I know for me, even though it shouldn't matter at my age or with my experience, sometimes I do play Call of Duty with the intention of kind of protecting or increasing my kill to death ratio, which is silly. I know it's silly. It shouldn't matter. But I think a lot of people are the same with that. So this doesn't matter. Your kill to death ratio does not matter on Brink. But as a result, you get these really weird situations where you've got an enemy who's standing right next to you and he's got no desire to kill you at all because he's trying to get to his objective. And you with him, you don't really need to kill him because it's not going to achieve anything really in the long term or even in the short term. So it's a really weird situation. You've got, like I say, enemies standing next to you and you don't necessarily have to kill them because you're racing to the other side of the map to pick things up to achieve objectives. So it's like it's a nice idea, or lots of nice ideas being woven into the game, but it's like it doesn't quite work. It's kind of chaos and bedlam, and not many people really know what they're doing, myself included. But maybe once you get to grips with it, it could work. Now, I have noticed one of my friends that I used to go to school with, again, plays this a lot, so I may start pitching up with him, and I might get to like it. But my first impressions, not terrible, but a little bit, yeah. And it kind of feels the same kind of feel of Control to like Bulletstorm. If anyone's played that, it just kind of looks the same and it sort of feels the same to me anyway. I'm going on the basis that I played the Bulletstorm demo, so yeah. So that's that. And then last up but not least, what's the time? Not too bad for me. We have a PlayStation 1 game. It's a Black Label version. This guy had listed this for $14, buy it now or make a best offer. I made a best offer of $7, which is really sneaky. But the reason why I did that is because generally it kind of only sells for about 7 to 10. So I figured it was 7 was a decent one, and he accepted. And I was delighted, and it is Road Rash, one of my favourite games on the PlayStation 1, without question. So I'm really pleased now because I've got this, it's Black Label version, $7 including shipping, delighted to have got it. I will be doing a gameplay video of it, I'm sure everyone knows what it's like, but I will do that within the next... soon. Within the next soon, whenever that is. And like I said, I'm really pleased because I really wanted it because it's a really great game, one of my favourite PS1 games. And I've got my other PS1 games here, which I've showed you a million times. And I'm delighted actually because what I'm doing with my PlayStation 1 titles is picking up games that I really want. So it really is quality over quantity. In fact, I've only got 4. I've got 4, but they're great games that I really, really like. So that's about it, guys. I've got nothing else to show you today. I do have a few more games arriving, as I guess we always do, all of us. But as and when. Yeah, only one really retro game, but I'm not too bothered about that, because obviously I've gone on a bit of an Amiga spend-a-thon lately, which I'm delighted with. But yeah, it's good to mix it up with modern day stuff as well, because I do love my PlayStation 3, and when it works, I like my Xbox 360. So that's it for now. Thanks for watching. I'll see you soon. See ya. That was a rubbish ending, wasn't it? See you later.